I'll now announce the verdict. In the state of Georgia versus Jose Antonio Ibarra, case SU 24CR0323, count 1, malice murder. I find the defendant guilty.
Hey, survivors, welcome back to Surviving a Badge Bar. Two cops in a bar talking cop shit. All right, so today we're going to talk about the Laken Riley case where that scumbag just got convicted of her brutal murder. Hey guys, so if you have not been in a coma, not Tacoma or a coma, you know what I'm talking about with this case, Laken Riley and Laken Riley. Gosh, must be old.
Okay, Joe Biden.
Laken Riley at the University of Georgia. She was brutally murdered by this scumbag illegal immigrant who comes and flaunts all the crimes and is escorted throughout the country willy-nilly, and it frosts my ass, grinds my gears.
Yeah, thanks New York.
Yeah.
Thanks border policy.
Right. So February of this past year, Laken Riley is taking a morning jog, and she's doing it. She's a student at the University of Georgia.
Go Dogs. Had to get it in there.
Yeah. And this scumbag pops out of the woods and brutally attacks her and murders her.
Yes.
Before we go into all the meat and potatoes of the investigation and the backstory, let's talk about our brewski for the night.
Let's do our beer moment,
and
which is
our what?
We're having another $50 Amazon gift card giveaway.
I'm entering this one. I'm in this one.
No, you're not.
No,
so no one affiliated with the show and or our family can enter this one, nor can our last winner, Nazmuddin S. Sorry, buddy. You can enter next year, but not this year. We only have one winner per year. We'd only be fair.
Nazmuddin to get a second one.
I know, and he's so awesome, man. He responded right away. I got back to him. Okay, so here's the deal. Our beer moment is brought to you by our sponsors, and we're going to give you the sponsor moment here, and then we're going to talk about the beer, and then we're going to talk about the contest real quick. So here's a word from our sponsors. Contact Mainstreet Realty for all your real estate needs. This power team includes Tom Clem, a veteran Marine and retired law enforcement professional. All right. Thank you, Mainstreet Realty. You guys rock. All right. Tonight's beer is Winter Ride Double Bock.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and it is good.
Wait. Here's a shout out to John. I haven't tasted it yet, honestly.
Lying ass. Yeah, we've been drinking a shit out of it, as you can tell. It's really good.
It's really good. Sorry.
Review.
You know what? I'm not sure. What's your number, LT?
Oh, no. Negative.
What do you think? I'm still processing the flavor.
I learned. Go ahead, jerk.
This is a 8.5. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Okay, I'm going to give this an 8.45 because he always goes lower than me. I got to pay his ass back.
That's a good beer, man.
But I did win a cigar because he lost the bet. Trump won.
I know. Which I'm glad. I just,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so reference our contest.
And you know what, Trump? You should thank me because everybody knows when I bet against you, I lose.
Always.
So you're welcome.
He has won one bet out of like 750. So yeah, he's won for 749.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So anyway, our contest, guys, $50 gift card. Our sponsors are giving it away. Another one. This will be the second one. This is $100 altogether. $50 for this one. And here's the code word. The code word is Winter Ride.
I'm going to write that down so I
winter
can enter.
As in it's cold outside, winter, and ride as in I'm driving my car, my new ride.
Or sleigh ride.
Winter ride. Sleigh ride. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
All right, so winter ride is a code word. You must email that code word to retiredcopsrule@gmail.com. It's right here on your screen right there. retiredcopsrule@gmail.com by midnight. Not 1 minute later, midnight December 5th.
All right, December 5th.
If we do not receive an email with that code word by midnight December 5th,
You're out.
You will not be entered.
Yes. I wish our federal government had some good border rules.
Oh, no. Well, they will.
They will.
They don't know.
Generally, this podcast is not really focused on politics, but today we're going to, because it affects the citizens and it causes death when it's not.
And it caused this beautiful young lady to die.
So this scumbag comes in illegally into the United States. He's paroled into the United States. He goes to New York and he's arrested for injury and damage or abuse of somebody under the age of 17, so child abuse.
Yes.
And then he was released. He's like, wait, he's an illegal immigrant and he's committed a felony. Oh, bye-bye.
Good old New York City.
And then he gets the government to send him to Georgia, where he actively pursues and hunts down this young lady. So on the morning of February 22nd, while she's jogging, he pops out of the woods, attacks this lady, this young girl who's a nursing student who had a bright future ahead of her.
Amazing.
And just snuffs it out. And it's not just a quick snuffing. She calls 911 at 9:11 a.m. and there's a massive struggle. She fights for her life.
17 minutes.
17 minutes of fighting. And it's just brutal. And he ends up killing her. And we know the exact timeline, because she had. I don't have one, but you have one. How does that? It records your
Yeah, it was like an Apple
heart rate.
smartwatch or something like that, and it had her heartbeat on there, and they could tell when her heartbeat stopped.
Yeah. So from the time that she called 911,
right,
to the time that her heartbeat
17 minutes, and the call was recorded. You could hear her fighting for her life.
Yeah.
It was recorded until he hit it on her watch or whatever and stopped it, which did what?
It left his fingerprint on her smartwatch.
And by her fighting and scrapping and all, it did what?
Yeah, so the forensic evidence against this scumbag is just
overwhelming.
They have him on video walking into the area. They have him throwing away a jacket that he was wearing, a brand new jacket that he was wearing. Oh, why would you throw it away? Oh, maybe because it has your and her blood on it.
At a dumpster at an apartment complex where he lived, a police officer named Zach Davis of ACCPD finds this hoodie jacket. And when he looks in and sees it, it's in a recycling bin and it's standing out because it's right on top. And he noticed it had long, dark hair on it, wrapped around one of the buttons, and he could see blood. And he thought that was suspicious. They collected the jacket found in the dumpster, and they send it immediately to the GBI Crime Lab indicator for testing. But while they're there, they look around and see that one of the residents in this apartment, and B32, had what's called a Eufy camera, which is like a Ring camera but works a little different, had a camera aimed at that dumpster. And so they asked the resident that night, hey, can we come in? Can we see your camera? He agreed to let them see it, and this is what they saw.
Didn't somebody identify that?
Yeah, his roommate says, yeah, that's my roommate, and that's his jacket.
I don't know why he would throw it away.
I don't know why he would throw this jacket away. So it's because it had blood, her and his blood on it. The thumbprint or the fingerprint on her smartwatch, his DNA under the victim's fingernails. He's got all these scratches on his arms and everything.
I got those in the bushes.
He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where those came from.
I don't know where those came from.
Whatever, you scumbag piece of
I asked him, I have a question, why, and then I point to my left knuckle, why is this red? He responds by saying that because of the cold.
Because of the what?
The cold.
What happened to his arm? What happened to that? charges against you.
I asked him what happened there, and he
And for the record, we're at 15:20 of the video, and he is pointing to his left arm,
it would be his right
or
bicep.
his right arm. Sorry, I was a little backwards. His right bicep. Okay, and you asked what?
I asked what happened there, and he said that he had a scratch, but he didn't exactly explain from where or how.
I want to salute the UGA campus police for doing a great job on this
University of Georgia.
on this case.
Go Dogs.
They were right on.
Sorry, I'm a University of Georgia Bulldogs fan. Most of y'all that watch the show all the time know that. Go Dogs. Anyway, go ahead.
So it was just a massive amount of evidence on this scumbag. So they arrested him pretty quickly, and he's charged. And so
What year did this case happen?
this happened this year, February. I mean, it's that quickly. It was recent.
No, her killing was not this year. Oh,
Yeah,
beginning of the year.
beginning
You're
of the
right.
year. Yeah, it's almost the
February.
end of
I'm
the year.
sorry, 9 months. Yeah, duh.
It's okay.
I'll be all right.
It's okay,
Dude, it's been a long day.
yeah, right. So they charge this guy, and Georgia has the death penalty.
Yes.
And I think, and let me see if you think the same thing. So, and you guys listen to what I'm saying here and tell me if I'm wrong. From what my understanding, I'm reading, I've heard two stories about why they didn't go with the death penalty, because this is a death penalty case all day.
All day.
And from what I understand, well, two sides of it is, well, the DA, the Soros-backed DA, didn't want to go to death penalty because blah, blah, blah. It doesn't like the death penalty. And then I got reading that the death penalty case is only applicable if there is a jury that finds him guilty. Well, what he did was he did a bench trial.
Okay.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, if there's a bench trial, then they can't go for the death penalty. And so I'm thinking that his attorney probably said, dude, you're screwed.
Yeah, this evidence is overwhelming.
They're going to put a needle in your arm,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
going to die
Yes.
unless we do a bench trial where they can't go with the death penalty. You want to explain what bench trial
And the
is?
difference is, guys, is on a bench trial, the judge is basically the judge, the jury, and the executioner. I mean, he does everything. It doesn't have to go, sentencing doesn't have to go to another trial or, another proceeding with the jury and all that crap. He does it all. Everything. Listens to the case, tries the case, not tries it, but listens to the case, rules on the case, and then rules on the sentencing.
Yep.
He was ready to do sentencing right then, like, bam,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Exactly.
So they let him have a break or
Yeah.
whatever, but yeah.
So he went with a bench trial. He was found guilty on all 9 charges.
Imagine that.
Right, which was murder and aggravated assault and aggravated battery and kidnapping and hiding a corpse and all this stuff. And he was found guilty
Interference
on
with a
all,
911 call.
right,
Yeah, the whole works.
all of that stuff. And so if I was never an attorney, played one on TV, but I was never an attorney.
I love when you say that.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
What show is that, Camille? What show? We want to know. Choir Wines want
You
to know.
would like to know, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
it wasn't on TV. He plays one in his classroom.
Right.
But anyway.
If I'm wrong, let me know and tell me what the actual story is. Was it because the DA
Yeah, why
didn't
there
want to go
wasn't
with the death penalty,
yeah.
or is it because it was a bench trial? So anyway, he was found
Oh,
guilty.
I'm going to look that up. And if you're
You
wrong,
do
I'm going to make comment.
I would love it.
Oh, you know I am.
Oh, I will. Good. I'm gonna write the shortest book that I've written, because I'm writing my next book.
Well, goddamn, your other one was only 3 pages, or like 7,
It's
8
12
9
pages. Thank you.
Oh, 12. Ooh.
This is going to be the shortest book of all times. It's How Often is LT Correct?
Yeah, that'll be 2 words.
Anyway,
3 words. All the time.
Yeah, there you go. So he's found guilty, and he's given 2 life sentences plus 27 years, just in
Good.
case. Here's a little.
But hey, once he's done with all that, he's got to go back and face the charges in New York.
Yeah, if they're not dropped by Alvin Bragg.
Yeah, imagine that,
Yeah.
right?
So, it just drives me crazy that this guy was allowed, and this
Well,
is
first
not,
he made it through the border,
right.
and then he comes from, what was it, Texas?
Yeah,
or-
he goes from Texas to New York.
Yeah, from Texas to New York,
Yep.
gets charged with the crime, and then he says, well, I want to go to Atlanta. Okay, we'll send you
And
to
the
Atlanta.
government sends him there.
And
this
we
is,
paid for it, guys.
and this is not an isolated incident. We did another case where a young girl, what was she, 10 or 12, where she was murdered by a couple of illegal immigrants in Texas.
Yep.
This is not an isolated incident.
No.
This is,
As a matter of fact, if you wanted to do some real digging, if you were bored out of your mind and you wanted to do some digging, and you looked into the cases just in New York City of illegal aliens that have been tried, or charged with crimes, and how many of them have been released and either sent elsewhere or are out on the streets in New York, you would probably shit yourself.
Yeah. Now,
It's unbelievable.
I don't want us coming off sounding like we are totally immigration, because my mom was from Canada.
Yeah, look at all you lovely, sweet-looking Canadian people. You guys are all so sweet, right? 'Cause you're Canadian, right? You're nice. Sooner or later, we gotta just own up to the fact that we are not the nice ones in our relationship with our neighbors to the south, right? Everyone thinks around the world, oh, Canadians are so nice. Americans are awful. That's not the way it is. You ever ask an American what they think of a Canadian? George's just like, oh, they're so great. They're just great little people out there with their cute hats. They're awesome. I love them so much. You ever ask a Canadian what they think of an American? What about you guys? You got anything nice to say? Oh, sure, when there's one around, yeah. We're not stupid. We know there's a good chance they're armed.
But the problem is, we got to have some checks and balances. We can't just let these scumbags who are known murderers, who
Do
are
it
known all these,
legally.
who come in and just brutalize. And then we've got to do something about the fentanyl. We've got to have some type of control.
If you want to be here on a work visa,
Yep.
you know, and or a school visa, whatever, and you want to come here and you want to learn at one of our universities, and you want to better yourself, and you want to work
Better
and
the country.
Hey, we have absolutely no issues with that. That's how this country was founded, was on freaking immigrants.
Absolutely. But we got to check these people. We
got to check them.
Yep.
And if they're criminals, see ya.
Yep. And
if they're here illegally and they have not tried to put in for citizenship, or and get their green cards and all that, see ya.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to hear none of the bullshit. Sorry.
I get you.
How many jobs are going to create?
Right. Yeah.
For
Right.
Americans.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Millions.
Right.
Anyway.
All right, guys. Let us know, and if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions, or anything that you want us to cover, because we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants and doing whatever we want
Spitballing
to do.
it.
We're just talking cop shit, spitballing. If you have some good cop shit that you want us to cover, we've got one. When we come back next time, about 600 people being arrested for DUI that were stone cold sober.
Yeah.
Little teaser there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. Retired cops.
And don't forget the contest.
And don't forget the contest. All right.
And what was that email? You got ready to say it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is Retired Cops Rule, because we do. retiredcopsrule@gmail.com. And always remember, at Surviving the Badge,
We still got your 6. Salute. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Be careful out there.